Hi everyone, my name is BrunoCoelho. Welcome to the By Me podcast, the podcast that helps you sell your skills so you can get paid your true value. Now today, I'm very grateful and honored to have a very special guest with me today. His name is Lawrence Thompson. He calls himself the Law, and he's going to talk to you about some really good stuff that can actually help you fulfill this mission that we have here on the podcast, which is helping you with your selling ability. Not only if you're in the business of actually selling stuff, like selling a product, but I'm here just to also expand your mind on what selling really is. And selling is about giving people what they want in the way that they understand the value of what they're getting, and they'd be so happy about it that they can actually pay you for doing that and thank you for being of service. And here's what you should know about Lawrence, but I'm going to let Lawrence introduce himself in a minute. But I know that he is the host of the 5 Minute of Fame show on Facebook, which I was lucky enough to be in. And what you'll see in what I noticed about Lawrence immediately was, number one, he has an amazing energy. Second of all, he has an outstanding attitude. And third of all, he's a driven person. He is driven on this mission that he has of helping people unleash their potential and reaching out to the marketplace, capturing people's attention, and do what he does best. So, Lawrence, thank you so much, sir, for accepting my invite. And I'm just grateful that you are here.
Yeah, Bruno, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. Hello to your audience. I'm super excited about this. We're in two different, time zones.
That's right.
It's early morning here. I think it's late afternoon there.
Right.
And I'm super excited. I got up like, let's go, let's get it.
Let's get it.
There. So, great intro. You kind of said it all. I'm a motivator. I'm a person that inspires people, but also I'm one that really gets in there and help people to unlock and unleash their potential. And my whole hope about what I do is that I frustrate you enough that you start doing what you are called to do, what you purpose to do in the earth. So I appreciate that and thank you. And I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Excellent. So what I was planning to do here today is to give people things that they can really apply immediately. And I don't believe in like miracles, but I believe in progress. So I think that one of the things that my audience struggles with, and honestly, sometimes myself, I'm not like a genius or a guru, but one of the things is, hey, I don't really understand what's special about me, and if I don't understand that, it's going to be hard to go to the marketplace and say anything. So what
Right.
would you say that could be a great way for people to find their greatness?
Yeah, so what I would say is these kind of points right here. First, you're going to find that there's something inside you that when you wake up in the morning, when you go to sleep, when you walk around, it's going to be frustrating you. And it's something inside of you that's talking to you, telling you, hey, there's something more. And when you're feeling that feeling, that's that greatness trying to talk to you. And so now you're like, so how do I identify that? And I say it like this. I identify my greatness by looking at somebody famous. It's somebody that I'm so attracted to that I admire. It's somebody that I'm so attracted to that I'm catching on. It may be somebody that build homes. It may be somebody that speak like me. I'm attracted to Eric Thomas, and my attraction to them is kind of giving me that indicator that that's the vein I need to be in. Now, there's some actors that and famous people that we're just infatuated with, but there's somebody that you allowing your ear and your eyes to capture. And so you like looking at them and like, oh my God, that's pretty cool. And then I look at, if you find somebody in that vein or find somebody in a vein and you say, you know what, I can do that better. And you just constantly saying that over and over again, I can do it better than them. I can do it better than them. Basically, you become a hater. Mm-hmm. After you become that hater, that's an indication that you should be in that vein. So I start seeing people speaking. Seeing people get on platforms, get on, in churches and all that stuff. And I'm looking at them and I'm critiquing them. And I'm like, I can do that better. I know I'm ready. I know I can speak. And so I'm like, man, why am I having this infatuation of critiquing somebody speaking? They doing a great job. Why am I feeling that? And that feeling was in there, and that greatness was telling me, hey, you are a speaker. You are a motivator. You are an inspirational person that helps stir up gifts and stir up, get people motivated, get people pushing beyond themselves, get people to going forward. So I started to discover that's what I wanted to do. And so I started trying it out.
Wow.
Once I tried it out and I seen the feedback, then it was like, this is the vein. And a lot of times we don't go out there, we don't try to get feedback. So let's say, I tried, multiple things and I got the wrong feedback. It was like, supposed to be in this vein. I was like, okay, cool. And so I went to speak. Right. And I found out that, man, I can speak and have so much fun in it. And I was so excited about it. I gathered the feedback, and the feedback was amazing. Mm-hmm. Even though some of the feedback was haters, it was good hate. Right. I have this thing that say haters are necessary in your life. They tell you the proper feedback you need so that you can perfect your craft. So even though I had haters out there, they was helping me to identify and perfect the craft. But then I had those who were fans and those who were celebrating me. And I was like, wow. And I'm starting to see people's lives shift and change. So when you're trying to unlock the greatness, when you're trying to unlock that gift, first you need to listen to the frustration. Second, you need to find somebody that's famous, that you admire, that you're gravitating to. They have your eyes and your ears. Right. And then third, look for people that you're critiquing, that you're being a hater about. And you're going to find yourself saying, okay, that's the vein you need to be in. Like if you say, hey, I can paint better than the person, but you're a painter, but you haven't stepped out to it, that's the vein you need to explore and see where it is and see if you got the the grace for that.
Wow, man, I'm if we close the show here right now, I will be already happy. Because you just dropped some serious stuff and I was just taking notes because you just throw so much out there right now. And I have so much now that I can explore, and I thank you for that. So let's start with feedback. Let me show you here. Can you see these papers right now?
Yeah.
So each one of these sheet of paper is a feedback that I got from a speech that I just delivered yesterday on a place called Toastmasters. Have you ever heard about Toastmasters?
Yes, I heard Toastmasters.
So Toastmasters is a great way for people to go in and become better speakers and better leaders, especially for the speaking part. That's the first thing that attracts people to Toastmasters. And I think that it's a great way picking up on your advice to get people to give you feedback about, hey, do you think you're a great speaker? Okay, go speak and get some feedback. So excellent. So let's talk about, let me see here. I love the way that you talked about greatness. When you see greatness in others, what I heard you saying was, it's actually what you are admiring is actually also within you. So right. When you identify that, I think that the second step would be, and this is the question for you now. Okay, now that I know that I'm a great speaker, that I'm a great artist, I'm a great whatever, how can I identify who can I help the most? Because if I can find those people, yes, I can help a lot of people, but who is the people that I can really make a great impact in with the least amount of time and hopefully with the least amount of effort? Because let's face it, this would be the ideal scenario, right? With the least amount of effort, least amount of time, you create a big impact. Wow, you have a great shot. So even if you're not at this complete level of clarity, what would you advise people on maybe the first step that they could take to find who they can help the most?
Yeah, and so great question, and I'm finna go a little right on you real quick, and this is that when I was trying to find the market, try to find the niche, or trying to find my target audience, I was one of those people, truth be told, was saying, I can talk to everybody. Yeah. I can motivate everybody and I can do everything, and most people say that, most people like, I don't want to just carve myself into a niche. I don't want to carve myself into a vein. And so I had so much struggle with trying to find the demographics that I'm supposed to touch and reach. So this is what I did. I created something and then let the market show up, and then it gave me the target. And so it's a lot. It's real hard. It's real hard to do. I'm not gonna say it's easy to do, but you got to put yourself out there. Once you put yourself out there, if you don't know the target market, if you don't know the age group, if you don't know the people that you need to connect to, you just got to put yourself out there. And once you put yourself out there and create something amazing, the market will show up. And then once they show up, it's giving you feedback on how to narrow it down. because I couldn't narrow it down, because I was like, well, I could go into youth, but I'm like, I love youth, but I know that's not my vein. That's not the lane I need to be in. I'm not here to build a nonprofit. And then I was like, I can go to men. And I'm like, okay, cool, I can go to men, but I see women and I believe in them too. And then I'm like, I can go to businesses. And I was like, I need to go to businesses. And I'm like, I could talk to them too. So I'm like, man, I'm so confused going around this circle. So I said, you know what, Lawrence, create something amazing, create something off the chain, and then allow your group to show up. So, my show on Facebook, I created that to celebrate people. And then all of a sudden it became a phenomenon. And then I was like, you know what, let me use this to get my feedback on my target audience. So I had a show where it was strictly feedback. I took my hat off, because everybody see me in the hat. I took my hat off and said, hey, this is strictly feedback. Once they gave me the feedback, I understood what my vein was of the target that I need to go to and the people I need to connect. And I was like, boom, I got my sheets wrote down. I got everything there, and I was able to find my target audience. So, you may not be one that immediately finds your target audience. Create something amazing. Do something awesome. Make people pay attention to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once you make people pay attention to you,
right,
they will tell you who it is that who you want to see. You'll know immediately who want to connect with you, who want to be down with you, who want to roll with you. So I say it on this, go on the right side. If you in the moment where you're wrestling, okay, I know what my greatness is, but now I need to know the target audience.
Yep.
Create something, and once you create it, allow the market to come to you, and then gain the feedback, and then you'll be able to narrow it down.
I love that. So forget the whiteboard. I mean, whiteboards are fine, ideate, create stuff, but you need to actually show up eventually.
Right. We need to show up.
I love it, man. All right, so you're talking about attention. Let me ask you one thing. What's your opinion or advice on using advertising to capture that attention versus the usual organic reach, or maybe a combination of both? What's your take on that one?
So I would say it's a combination of both, but I say know who you are. I gain attention because I like hitting the play button, and I had fun, and organically my everything grew. Right. You know what I'm saying? Without me doing the ads and all that stuff. But I know who I am. I know exactly who I am. I know I can drive attention to myself, and I crave attention. I crave to be seen. And it's not an arrogant thing. It's just that's my thing. Okay, it's this book out there called 5 Love Languages, and one of the love languages that I love about for myself, this is a relationship book, but for myself it's affirmation. So since my love language that makes me get the most energy out of me is affirmation, I need to see people affirming me in my love language, and it pushes me to that next level. So I'm gonna want the attention.
I know
who I am.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. So I know who I am, and so if making it grow organically is you, then go in that vein and go hard. If it's putting ads out there as you, then go hard on the ads. So you can create it and go for that. I never put an ad out. I never posted an ad. I never did none of that. And everything grew organically. Like I said, I'm a type of person that I know myself, that I can drive attention to myself by who I am. Yeah. And so it comes. You know what I'm saying? But right. For those who are not like me, who are not very energetic, very charismatic, but can structure business in a way where ads can drive attention, then use it. Use all the tools that are out there. Don't leave none on the table.
Now I'm curious, just as a side note, but would you have anything against doing or making an ad? Like, imagine doing a video ad and put it on Facebook and target a specific criteria of profile of people that that if you show up in front of them, that maybe they don't have even, let's get into a real example. Myself, I wish I've met you long ago. And I met you because I was just lucky. I actually know someone else who shared your video, and I, for seeing for 5 seconds, I was like, hey, this dude is pretty cool. Let me watch a little bit more. Oh, he's actually really awesome. Let's connect, and then boom, we're here. So imagine that you created a video ad with some kind of content that that could create a meaningful impact in people's lives, and that would be also a way for you to expand and show up, like you were saying. But just using ads as a way to, scale in a way that you could not do as fast with the organic reach. So I guess my question is, would you be willing to do it, or is there anything like, oh no, I will never do an ad because of this?
Yeah, I would be willing to do it. I never say no to tools.
Okay.
I never say no to tools because tools are there to help you.
That's
yes,
right.
I've organically grown this great community, but I'm only going to go so far.
Yeah.
I'm only going to go so far with that tool.
Right.
And so I need new tools. I need more tools in the toolbox. If I'm trying to repair a car, I'm not going to just have a hammer to repair the whole car. I'm going to have multiple tools. I'm going to have sockets. I'm going to have to change different kind of wrenches and stuff like that. The same tool is not going to adapt to a new portion of the engine. So I need a different tool for the same engine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, my same engine is speaking, but I need a different tool to expand the reach so that I can get the motor right. So I am not opposed to it. I would not say, yeah, I'm gonna stay here and this vein here and I'm gonna do that. Man, that is stupid.
Yeah.
That is dumb. I hate to say it like that, but I'm really, I'm that type of person that I'm gonna frustrate you when I say these words. Is that that's not cool, because if you're not using the tools at your hand and you're not using, like, we're using Skype, right?
Yeah.
We're in 2 different countries. We using Skype and I'm on my phone, you on your computer. We got headphones, we got all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, we're using the tools to affect a lot of people and maximize our potential. So if you're not using all the tools and not trying to figure out doing that, then just limit yourself to where you're going to be. So I am not opposed to doing an ad, and a video ad and attracting more people. I got to use a tool.
That's awesome. And speaking about getting people's attention, remind me of what place are you in what city are you in?
Yeah, I'm in Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis. And I understood that you were trying to create some kind of motivational event in Memphis or something. I think you were pitching this idea. Can you talk us about that for a second?
Yeah, before I started going online, I was trying to pitch an idea because our city is rated very high in murders and homicides and stuff like that, and especially with the young adults. I'm not going to say youth, but it's young adults. And so I asked all the news stations to allow me to come on at least 30 seconds before, or whatever, before their newscast come on, and just motivate the city, inspire the city. When they turn on their TV, they go into the news first. Let me just inspire them. Let me just inspire them when they open their eyes up.
Right.
And all news stations told me no. Every news station told me no. And and I was like, man, I thought this, people want change. People want to see positivity happen in the city. I'm giving you an opportunity. I even told them, you don't have to pay me. I don't need to be paid. I just want to just motivate my city. I want to do something in my city to motivate my city and have this shift, shift of mindset.
That's right.
Because when you wake up in the news, the first thing we hear in Memphis is breaking news. Somebody broke in, killed, shot, stabbed, all that. That's the first thing people wake up to. And that's their mindset when they go to their job and when they get in their day.
Yeah.
They're bombarded with negative right away. So then they in a drag, they drown, they bog down when they going out places. So they denied me. And so when they denied me, I was like, you know what? I'm finna create it. I'm finna create my way, and I'm finna make something amazing. And I'll drive people to me and make people come see me without using their platform. And that's what happened, man.
That's right. And how many no's did you got?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
6, 7 no's. Okay.
Yeah, I got six no's, and then one no. I sat in the lobby for a whole hour. This is how passionate I wanted to be there. I could have left.
Yeah.
But I sat in there a whole hour for them to tell me no.
Wow.
For the producer to come out to tell me no. I sat there, and that really what ticked me off.
Yeah.
That really what set me off on the edge. The other ones was pretty quick. No.
Yeah.
But this one, I sat there for 1 hour. You could have. It didn't take you long to tell me no.
Exactly.
I sat there for 1 hour, and you waited for an hour to tell me no, and then you tell me no in an hour. That when I left, I said, listen, I'm gonna make sure I'm the most influential person in Memphis. And the next time you come and see me, and the next time you want me to come on your station and talk to you, This time, it's going to be a little different. And I said, you know what? Just stand by and wait and see what happens.
Boom. And tell us now, because I saw you celebrating a couple of days ago, the fact that you were invited to do what very recently?
Yeah, I'm invited to do a thing called Ignite Memphis. Right.
So the reason why I was pulling this story is because I want to show my audience that I think that sometimes the difference between a successful person and someone who's not as successful is going from no to no without losing enthusiasm. I think this was a quote from someone. He said this, and I really loved it, because when you're able to go from no to no, always with a smile on your face, and one thing that I noted that you used, it was like when you use all that frustration, let's call it some maybe hate, whatever. I think that, by the way, let's talk about this for a minute. I think that hate has a really bad reputation, but I tell you what, when I hate something about either myself or something that I did that I wish I have not done, or something that happened and I wish that it didn't happen, I use that energy to actually do something for good. So it's not like, oh, I hate this guy, I'm gonna kill him. No, I hate this guy, I wanna show him that I'm actually really good, and then he will come to me asking me to be on his show. I love that, man.
Right.
So that's a great strategy, by the way, that people can use right now and get results. You know, instead of being frustrated and go do some crazy stuff, dude, massive success is the best revenge. That's all I'm saying.
I call it the sore loser effect. I wrote a book called Sore Loser, I call it sore loser effect. And you become a sore loser, and you use that energy to get out of what you need to get out of, and you got to accept that you're a sore loser. I'm a sore loser. When people say, "Are you a sore loser?" Yeah, I'm a sore loser.
That's right.
I hate losing. I hate not winning. I hate not achieving. Right. So yes, I'm a sore loser, but I'm going to use it, like you say, for good, so that it helps me get better, and then I can better affect everything else around me.
That's right, man. I love those moments. And you know what? When I'm in those moments, there's something like there's this chemistry within me that I think I actually know what's happening, and in that moment, there's this decision that I make, like in a split second, that I go like into beast mode, like, you know what?
Right.
It's done. You know, this is the moment. Like, you can say whatever you want, but I'm gonna leave this place and I'm gonna rock this place like it's never been rocked all goddamn day long.
right.
Like, and I mean, people, if you're not using this energy, people like, oh, be at peace. Be grateful, be happy. You know, those things are good, don't get me wrong, but you're only using half of your potential, because you have other emotions that you actually can use to drive you to use as fuel, and not be stuck where you are. You don't want to be in that state forever, like, oh my god, I hate, and you're hateful all the time. No, but you know, use it, get out of where you are and do something. Let's talk about another thing, Lawrence, and I'm already seeing that we can be talking whole day. And we will not lose all, you know, there will be so much to talk about. Let's talk about this, man. I think, you know, with everything that you read on the internet, you know, we will never know, but I think on the internet it says that it was Gandhi who said this. I don't know. He said something like this: first, they will ignore you. Second, they will laugh at you. Third, they will critique you. Fourth, they will hate you. And then you will win. So what I got from this quote, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this, is that you can actually track the progress that you're making in life, or in this case in business as well, by in where are you? Are people ignoring you? Are you on first stage? Are people laughing at you and you're stopping right there because you cannot handle people laughing at you? Like, where you are. So let me, you know, give me your thoughts on this one. What do you think about this quote, or have you ever used this? Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I never used that quote, but by you highlighting that, I can map out my journey in all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can map out the journey in all of them, and I can see, okay, yeah, he's right. You know, they will laugh, they will, you know, man, and then, you know, okay, cool, they're gonna hate you, and then now they're gonna celebrate you. So, you know, I've been through each of those veins. You know, this is a 3-year journey. You know what I'm saying? That now it has really start to take off. You know, wasn't, you know, all of a sudden, boom, things was happening. This is a 3-year journey. You know, at first people didn't, you know, they ignored me. You know what I'm saying? I was telling them, hey, I'm going to be a motivational speaker. I'm going to speak around the country. I'm going to speak around the world. You know, I'm gonna be this inspirational person. They ignore me.
Yeah.
Then they kind of laughed at me. You don't really talk well, and you know how you gonna go and people wearing t-shirts and hats and speak in front of people, and you ain't. I know where you came from. I know what happened in your life. I know what you did. I mean, I wasn't homeless. I slept in ladder wells and stuff like that. So wow. I'm still believing that I'm gonna still be this speaker. And they how you gonna be a speaker? You sleeping in ladder wells. You got a divorce, and so all this stuff was stacking up to me. And then all of a sudden, I start frustrating people. And then all of a sudden, I start creating momentum. And once I started to create the momentum, now I got haters. And I had the people that were hating on me that literally I was going and saying, I was really asking to come alongside to help. Right. I'd be like, hey, let me come alongside and help you. Let me come alongside to learn. Let me come alongside to be close. And the ones that I was willing to help, they hated that I was there in that space because I had something on me. I had something in me. They saw it, but I wasn't trying to take what they take. I'm trying to enhance or better or come alongside where we can make a stronger impact as a team than just, me doing it all myself. That's and so I had that, and then now I'm in the celebration stage. Now the reveal is happening. Everybody is paying attention, and everybody's like, wow, I didn't know this about you. And in my heart, I want to be like, I was that way 3 years ago. But right now, this is where I'm at. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? Wow, amazing, awesome. I'm excited about it. And I never beat anybody down about it. But yeah, I've experienced all those changes, and it was just maturation for my growth. It was there for me to grow as a person, to believe in me. I say this all the time. I choose me, and so now I'm choosing me in every stage. I'm picking me in every stage. No matter where I'm at, I'm picking me, and so I'm happy about picking me. And then it helped me to do that.
I love that, man. I love it. So, where can we go next? I think that one of the things that also people are struggling with in this context of getting paid, getting the job, getting the opportunity is really showing or demonstrating exactly how they can contribute.
Right.
With this in mind, what would be your advice to someone who is showing up into a meeting or into an opportunity, or maybe they enter an elevator and there's a decision maker right there, and what would you say that could be some of the ways that they could capture that person's attention and demonstrate that they are actually what they're looking for? What pops in your mind about this?
Man, it just goes back to what we say, show up. I mean, you just gotta make people. I really don't say make people, but you just gotta make them wish that if you leave their presence, or if you leave them, or if you go somewhere, it's a hurtful feeling to lose you. You know what I'm saying? And so you create something where they feel bad if you leave. It's just you have to be that way. Where you're putting so much of an impression, so much I don't know what you can call it, but I'm just going to stick with impression. Yeah. You put an impression on them so much that when you leave their presence, they remember you. And they like, man, that person got away. Right. That person move on. So you got to just be in that kind of vein. I don't know how you can do it. It goes back to believing in yourself, choosing you. But I can't tell you that there's a tactic or there's an angle, because if you take my angle, it may not work for you. Right. But if you know who you are, then that should be enough. But I'm saying just make an overwhelming impression. Yeah. So then even if the next person they want to choose, or they looking at other candidates or whatever, right, it's like, I remember Lawrence. I don't know why I remember Lawrence, but I remember Lawrence. That's and funny, now they're there, they're remembering you, and then while they're looking at somebody else, they remember you. So I would base it off impression. Yep. But it really goes back to believing in you and knowing you. Right. It's funny. I was smiling when you were saying that, because for the past 12 years, I've always asked this question to every time that I got hired to do something. I always ask, hey, why did you hire me? Especially like
when I did my career change, I was really curious. Like, I went from being a software developer to being a project manager, and it's quite a big shift. People don't believe that a software developer can do this. So it's really hard to sell that idea. And every single time people were telling me, hey man, I just love your energy, I just love your attitude, and frankly, I just want to be around you. I want to work with someone like you. And I was like, interesting. It was not the skills, it was not the experience, it was nothing like that. It was the attitude. So thanks for sharing that. And by the way, do you remember any point in your life, maybe an experience that you had where you got to do exactly what you were saying, like demonstrating who you are in a way that people like open up their eyes and say, oh, I need this guy at my show, at my event, speaking at this or that. Do you remember anything like that?
Yeah, I've had multiple things like that, but one that was really, really big was I was going after a job. And I put in my application at the job and everything, and I really wanted the job, really needed the job. And no call 1 week, no call 2 weeks. So then I start calling them.
There you go.
I said, hey, is this position is open? Is it still open? They're like, yeah, it's still open. We're still evaluating the applications right now. I was like, okay, thank you. My name is Lawrence Thompson. Thank you. So then I called 2 days later. Hey, my name is Lawrence Thompson. I put in an application. I wanted to know, is that position is filled or is it still available? They're like, it's still available. We still pull applications. So what I did is I turned around the next day. I went right up to the store. I said, I want to see the hiring manager. I'm like, cool. I said, I want to just introduce myself. I shook her hand. I said, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Lawrence Thompson. I've been calling and I've been trying to find out about this opportunity here at this store, and I really want to get in the store. And I just wanted to know, I'm not asking for the job. I'm not asking for an interview. I'm just wanting to say I'm the person behind the face of the application and the person who's been calling all week. And she was like, okay, thank you very much. The next day, the general manager heard about me, and I was fishing. I'm out there fishing, and everything. And, I got this, I done pulled in a bass and everything, and my phone rang. And I'm like, oh my God, my phone is ringing after I done caught this bass. So I caught the bass, took it off the hook, called the number back, and he was like, hello. He was like, let's say his name was John. Hello, John. This is John. I'm calling for Lawrence Thompson. I'm like, yes, sir. My name is Lawrence Thompson. How you doing? He's like, hey, I got a question. Can you come and do an interview? And I was like, yeah, I can do an interview. He said, can you do it today? I said, sir, I'm on the lake. I'm fishing. I said, but I'm on the way. Give me 20 minutes. He was like, okay. So I'm in my fishing gear, the fishing, vest, hat, everything. Right. And I go right in there in 20 minutes and had an interview with my fishing equipment on landed the job. He said, can you start tomorrow? I said, yes, sir, I will be here tomorrow. What day you need to be here? And I did it. So I made an impression and an impact on that whole company and then the whole leadership that I didn't even have to dress up. I was in fishing gear and I got a job in fishing gear. And so that was the one that I remember really, really good. Like I said, I've had multiple experiences like that, but that one right there, it shows me that how you can impress a person, or you can put your name on somebody, and you could be so amazing that they will remember you. And it doesn't matter what you got. It doesn't matter what you got on. Wow. If they want you, they want you.
Wow, man, that's awesome. And thank you so much for sharing that. And what I got from that was like two keywords for me, which are very important, and it's speed and urgency. When you create like urgency, hey sir, I'm ready to do it. I can do it today. If you want to, let's go. It makes people feel like, oh, this is important. Oh, I can count on this person. Speed is power in today's day and age. Right. So if you have the power to actually create change, to create an impact, do it. Why wait? And it's this whole interview is coming back to the point of showing up all the time, because it's a pretty big deal. And actually, one of my business coach, Grant Cardone, I think you know the guy, right?
Yeah.
He's a big proponent of this idea of showing up. And one thing that I heard him say, it was a really humbling experience, where he was saying, most of the times I pick up the phone and I don't even know what I'm doing. I was like, what? Really? I thought that you knew everything that you're going to do, what you're going to say, everything. And he was like, no, I just show up. I know that I have to fill my calendar. I need to meet people. And as simple as it is, people should not hide from the fact that eventually you have to get out of the door and go shake people's hands. So
right.
So anyway, Lawrence, I want to be respectful of your time. I think we've been talking for 30 minutes? I mean, it felt like 30 minutes, but I'm not sure if it's on 1 hour already. To be honest.
It feels like 5 minutes to me. I'm like,
dude,
start.
We're just warming up, right?
Right.
But man, you just delivered so much freaking value. Hey, let me ask you one thing. How can people who are listening to this right now, if they are listening to us for 40 minutes, it means that they are feeling that something is right about you. So what they should do next to know more about you, to get more from you, how can they reach out to you and connect with you? What's the best way?
Yes. So the best way is actually Facebook. Okay. Facebook is actually my email. So DM me, go into DM, find me at Lawrence Thompson. The handle name is Lawrence Thompson .8008. So and my name is spelled LAWRENCE .THOMPSON 8008. Or you can connect with me on Instagram at iamLawJr. Twitter at iamLawJr, the number 8, and just connect with me. My email address is on there. If you want to shoot me an email, a lot of times the people are really using the DM because they're finding out about my show. So really hit me up. I do check all my platforms. I do check all my emails, but hit me up that way, and we can connect and go from there.
So guys, if you would just listen to Lawrence Thompson, and if there's something that you should get from this whole thing is you need to show up, you need to take action, you need to take your mind out of this equation and just show up, get some feedback, adapt. And I want to, before we go, if that's possible, Lawrence, I would like to touch on just one more thing that you mentioned right at the beginning. And I think that it's really important because it's something that I hear most people get wrong, I believe, which is selfishness, or the fact that we are all driven by our own needs and wants and desires. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
Because if we understand that, if this is true, if we are all driven by our own needs, wants, and desires, if I understand your needs, wants, and desires, I have a better chance of actually helping you get what you want. So with this in mind, and let me just add the best quote that I live my life by. It's a quote from Zig Ziglar. Not sure if you know this gentleman. I mean, it's awesome. He said that you can get anything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want first.
Right.
So how would you approach this idea of selfishness versus the paradox of actually helping people? So is this like two different forces? What's your take on this one?
Ooh-wee. You in that vein, boy. I love talking about being selfish. That's what actually my talk is going to be back at Ignite Memphis.
Oh man, that's awesome.
It's called I'm Selfish.
Let me stop you right there because I mean we are just so much in sync and on the same page. Let me ask you, and of course you've been truthful all the time, so I don't even need to say, hey, be honest, because you're honest. We didn't even prepare this interview. I mean, I sent some questions to Lawrence, but he was honest with me and said, hey man, I got through the questions, but I really just want to be myself, so whatever. And this was, I can thank you enough. So yeah, please continue.
I love this. I say, man, you have to be selfish so that you can be selfless later. It's impossible for you to not take care of yourself and do what you need for yourself that you can give out. See, a lot of times, a lot of people say, well, I'm giving and I'm giving and I'm giving out and I'm giving out, and their self is decaying. If you're not a whole person, one of the quotes said, you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're not a full cup, you cannot overflow to other people. It's impossible to do that. So you have to choose yourself first. The airplane got it right. The airplane has it right. Yeah. Put your mask on first Put your mask on first so you can help somebody else. It has it right. And so you have to be selfish in a place when you're building, when you're grinding, when you're building a brand, when you're going after the things, your family, whatever. It has to be about you. And I'm a Christian, so one of the things that I get a lot of times is saying, well, you're a Christian, you can't be saying that. Well, I believe the word says, I love my neighbor as I love myself. Good. So then I'm loving myself more first so that I can love my neighbor. So, in order to be selfless later, you have to be selfish, because there are going to be obstacles. There are going to be times that are going to show up and people are going to tell you no, and the obstacle is going to tell you no, and the wall is going to show up. But if you're not choosing you, and if you're not perfecting you, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That those things are going to crush you. But I always say you must couple selfishness and marry it with humility. If you don't marry it with humility and use arrogance, it's going to be short-lived. But if you humble while being selfish, because you know the goal, you know the mission, you know the end point, you're going to supply to a lot of people. My selfish thing is I want to be famous, right? And so I say that all the time. I want to be famous. But I'm not trying to be famous so people can say, oh, he's famous. Yeah. I know that there's little kids looking at me. I know there's young adults looking at me. I know that there's adults looking at me. And when I make it to be famous, I now give them a sense of energy and a sense of permission to go after their goals, because they know me. They shook my hand. They said hello. They did an interview with me. And now they like, whoa, I remember. And I can connect with him. And so my selfish goal of being famous is so that I can supply to other people. Once I make $10 million, I can go in and I can go into communities and repair the communities and go into schools and do all that. I can't do that right now unless I make myself do what I need to do so that I can help other people. So I love selfishness. I think being selfish is a key component of love, because I'm loving you because I want to love you. I'm not loving you because somebody else told me to love you. Right. I'm loving you because I want to love you. I'm loving you because I choose to love you. And I think that's a key component. And I want to see everybody succeed. And it's my selfish ambition to want to see everybody to unlock their potential and do it. So I believe in being selfish. I just say marry it with humility, because if you marry it with arrogance, I promise you 100% of the time, it's going to crush you and you're going to lose, because those around you not going to want that selfishness. But if you could be like Walt Disney, and he became selfish when they told him he wasn't a good writer and the mouse wouldn't work. Now he's giving to charity. Now his organization gives to charities, give jobs, give scholarships. These are, when he became selfish, this is how he became selfless. That's right. And now Walt Disney's are giving kids experiences that they've never experienced before. They're dreaming beyond themselves and they think they can achieve a lot of stuff. So because of his selfishness and not listening to everybody, he is so selfless right now. So I believe in that.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Grant Cardone in a few minutes, and when he mentions the topic of money, and when we ask people sometimes, I ask people this question myself, and I ask like, hey, are you happy with how much money you're getting paid right now? Mm-hmm. And people are like, yeah, man, I'm happy. So, yeah, man, but don't you have the ambition of actually wanting to be better paid, to get more money? No, dude, I'm happy. So, and that's the moment where Grant says, hey, man, you're being selfish. You're being selfish right now. You're just thinking about yourself. You're saying, I'm great with the money that I have right now. You're not thinking that actually with the amount of talent, with the amount of skills, with the potential that you have, you could be making more money. And with that more money, you could help a lot more people. So,
right. Like he said, success is your duty. You know what I'm saying? It's your duty. I know you guys see me walking. I had to wake the kid up to go to school. But yeah, success is your duty. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it like that. It is your duty. It is your mandate to be successful. It is your mandate to be, to make as much money as it is, because you're gonna bless a lot more people. Grant Cardone can bless a lot of people because he went after what he believed in. He became selfish. He became rich, and those who was talking about him are now appreciate him now.
Exactly. So Lawrence, I appreciate so much of your time. I want to end by giving you the space to share what exactly are you trying to achieve right now. Maybe it's a short-term goal that you have. The reason why I'm asking is because not only myself, but other people who are listening to this or maybe watching this on YouTube or whatever, they can figure it out. Hey, I can help Lawrence. So what are you trying to accomplish so people can actually help you achieve that?
Yeah, so what I'm in the vein of doing right now is actually creating a program where people can, tap into my program and they can get more of me, more things open up and unpack instead of just, coming on my feed and coming on my timeline and only getting little snippets of me. So right now, that's the vein that I'm in right now, really building that out and making it phenomenal. And being amazing to where people can connect with me on that level instead of waiting for me to come on. They can actually have something that they can tap into.
Okay, it's kind of like a training program, or is it like access to content that you make like an exclusive matter?
So I want to be a training content. I believe that I'm a great trainer. I believe I'm a great coach. To actually really get that person to, get off the couch or, push beyond themselves. So I got this thing to say, get off the bench. I'm like, get off the bench, so that's the thing is get off the bench and get in the game. And so that's my thing. And so I want to be a trainer in that space of helping people, unlocking their potential like we open up and moving forward.
And what's the biggest obstacle or challenge or maybe something that you don't really know and you wish you know and that could help you do that faster? What would be?
The biggest challenge for me is actually landing the name down. It's pretty cool. It's pretty crazy, but it's pretty tough for me.
Okay.
It's to land the branding name down.
And that's what you should call it, huh?
Right. And because I have so much stuff going in my head and I'm like, man, I'll circle this one and say, that's it, but I'm like, it just doesn't fit me. It doesn't fit me. So that's one of the things that, I'm wrestling with. When it comes to the content, I already have that written down and ready to record it.
Yeah.
And ready to do it. I'm going to do videos because I'm better with videos. I'm not really good with doing screens and all that stuff, webinars type stuff. I'm not good with that. I know what I'm good at is videos. And so I'm going to do a video on it, but it's really landing the name down so that I can go ahead on and just start.
Okay,
and so that's the thing.
All right, so guys, you're listening to Lawrence Thompson, The Law. Help him name his training course. Let's see how you guys think about new crazy ideas that maybe Lawrence can be inspired by. And wow, I mean, I told Lawrence, hey man, let's talk for 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. And I said to him, but I was real. I said, hey, maybe this could be a 1 hour. I don't know. And sure enough, it was 1 hour. Wow, man. I mean, I'm just so grateful. You just watched and listened to Lawrence Thompson. You heard the man. I mean, I started by introducing you as a high energy, great attitude, amazing content and wisdom, and you just demonstrated that you are the real deal. Guys, so hey, you watched him, you know what to do next. Go follow him on every single social media that he's in. I love that you think about Facebook as the next email. I agree with you. And I mean, I'm just grateful for getting to know you and supporting you and learning from you. So, I mean, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for allowing me to come on the podcast and being on here on YouTube. Thank you for your audience for allowing me to speak to them. I do not take it for granted about any mic that I get because I know the value of the mic. The mic is very valuable because you're giving people ideas, you're causing ideas, and if you're not honoring what you say, you can damage people. So I do not take it lightly that you're allowing me to, just even speak to your audience, man, and even be worldwide, baby.
Worldwide, that's right. Portugal is on fire right now.
Wow. So appreciate you, Bruno, man. Thank you for allowing me to come on, and I appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much, guys. Share this podcast with whoever needs to hear this, which I believe is a lot of people. Don't be selfish in that regard. Share it. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much. Have a great day.